Good morning, Dragon. How's it going? We're running a little slow today, so we're doing some final things and getting some of our stuff pushed up because, yeah, I had to rebook my travel for work. It's been fun. So, I had some computer issues and all kinds of fun stuff. Next week, the 21st through the 24th. Not this week that we're getting ready to start, but the one after it, the 21st to 24th. I will be in Wisconsin. Only for one day, though. So Tuesday, hopefully Tuesday, I'll have some time to do something. But I'm literally going to be leaving to a different part of Illinois Tuesday night. So Tuesday after work, I might have some time. If we could figure something out, I would love to. I think that would be fun. And hopefully you can hear me because I was having issues earlier getting the sound to work. It says it's working now, so I'm going to take it at face value. And just say that yes, it is working. We got a few things set up. Milwaukee. So I'm flying actually into Chicago O'Hare in Illinois Monday night. Tuesday morning early, I'm driving to Brookfield, Wisconsin, I think. I'm pretty sure it's Milwaukee area. So I have to see two buildings. I have to go to Brookfield and another location. But both in the Milwaukee kind of area. And then I should be done with work around 4 o'clock. So I figured at that point we can try to figure something out, or if not, I will be back for a longer time, and probably about a month after that. Oh, Unexplained, I know it is early for you. Thank you for coming. And James, thanks for stepping in. We appreciate you. Just getting a few final things set up and we'll get the video going here in just a second. I just wanted to keep our same, start at 9:45, give us some time to chit chat, get things set up. I gotta grab me something to drink. Rook is always behind, so. Yeah, we'll look at it too because I certainly don't mind driving either. And 2 hours is not too long, 2 to 3 hours. I could probably do that without an issue. It'd be for a very short time though, so we'll see. I will be up there a lot though because this is for the next at least 4 months. These will be with some of my priority locations, so I absolutely will be there. My next time I come, I plan to stay there for the entire time. So I'll be there for like an entire week, well, 4 days. So that might be better. You guys able to hear the music at all? We're running white back audio, which is my favorite. Not the right kind of music. getting us some drinks too, so we'll get that going. Curse, hello! I'm so glad you're able to stop in. You'll see our genericness today. We'll have a little bit of fun. Okay. And I can probably, make it work out so that I have a little bit more time. Yeah, that might work better. I just booked this travel today, Dragon, so it's really out of, what is the word? It's really out of, quickness. So I wasn't originally going to be coming this week or this next 2 weeks, whatever it is. So, kind of came out of nowhere. So. I am excited though. I will have good reasons to come and visit. I had to add a few things here real quick too because my whatchamacallit, our little keyboard is dying. Oh, nice. That is awesome. I'm sure that will be fun. I'm always looking for one. As long as my job is kind of, they're weird about it. They don't like me to have them, but you know what? I don't know that I care. I don't know that I care. Not that much. All right, so like I said, we're a little slow today. We're doing some final thingy-mabobs. I know Apocrypha was canceled last night. Didn't get that. And how much did you put in it? Still good, but no, it's good. Just too much for normal. But I appreciate you making it, so can't complain if I'm lazy. Right? So we still don't have the cam set up the way we want to. And there were a couple of other things that we were trying to do that we weren't able to get set perfectly. And now I'm trying to find my last thing here. There it is. I love my Chi-Chis, but not the best for the show. The way that our these chairs are, you can't really sit with them, so they're mad. Ooh, my arm doesn't want to stay away. How is everybody? Everybody having a good time? Unexplained, super excited for you too. We're sending some energy. You deserve some good news. And I hope you get it. Oh, I'm glad. I am so glad.
Who's waiting on good news?
Mr. Unexplained Possibilities.
Oh, awesome.
Oh.
My dogs. Hello, doggies. See what I got over here.
I know this music would be better for like a horror podcast, but I just like it.
Horror or horrors.
My petite, I can't hold you, honey. It doesn't work. Alright, frames are good. Everything's good. Fin one's up now. That would be awesome, Dragon. I would love to know how to do that. I'm not artistic enough, I don't think, to make it work right, but... Alright, we're turning the music down just a hair.
I do like this music. Now that you mention it.
We'll leave it going in the back a little bit. I don't know if you guys will still be able to hear it, but if you are interested, White Bat Audio is the group. I think the gentleman's name is Karl Casey.
Hello, petite.
I don't think I know. It's up on the screen. Karl Casey, White Bat Audio. So that is it.
I'm a petite. Let's say good morning to you.
Be careful with that.
You're a cutie, petite.
Finn, of course, as soon as I put it up here, Finn wants to
You're a
claw it
cutie.
down.
You're just a cutie.
So hopefully we don't make anybody sick with this. Finn. Oh my goodness. These dogs. I love you. Alright, we're going to do our corners. You guys can go with us if you want. If you're not interested in calling the corners, absolutely feel free to tune out for a minute. As we do our get started.
Excuse me. All right. Hear me, friends and ancestors from the east. Hear my voice carried on the air of clarity and truth. Watch over us as we cast our circle of safety and love.
See me, friends and ancestors from the south. See my flames of passion and creation seared into the energy of the universe. Watch over us as we cast our circle of limitless possibility.
Feel me, friends and ancestors from the west. Feel my love, fear, sadness, and joy washed into the waters of the rivers of compassion. Watch over us as we cast our circle of connection and motion.
Reach me, friends and ancestors from the north. Reach my feet and hands, the earth in my toes, and the work of my fingers. Watch over us as we cast our circle of grounding and protection.
Know me, friends and ancestors from the ether. Know my intent, know my heart, and know my spirit. Watch over us as we ask you to join us in perfect love and perfect trust.
Hear, see, feel, reach, and know that the circle is safe, the circle is sacred, and the circle... Yeah. So for some reason, the internet switched to our other internet, not the updated version or the updated, what do you call it? Router. Yeah, so I have it now switched to the right router. So it shouldn't happen again. Although I will say every single day, our internet goes out at about 10 a.m. and about 3 p.m. for about a minute. So if it does go, just know that when the internet goes out, if it doesn't reconnect within just a few minutes, then the whole stream will not restart. We'll have to send a whole new link and whole new stream. So that's one of the reasons why if it goes dark, sometimes we come back and you can't see us, is because the system it won't reconnect to the same chat key. So just so y'all know that. Paranormal Witch, I am so excited to see you. I know I'm behind. Mystic Manny, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for stopping in. We got a good group today. I know it's early for you too. You and Unexplained and Manny, y'all are in the same time zone.
Wow, right early. Like what? 7
It's gotta be
a.m.?
7 now.
Something? Yeah.
It just got to be 7 o'clock in that area. So geez, thanks for coming so early. And I apologize. I know we used to do it even an hour later, but we weren't able to get done the things we need to do on Sunday, and since I'm traveling every week again, I need my Sunday time to be able to get out and do stuff. So unfortunately we had to move it up just a little bit.
Ooh, what's that pretty prism? Oh, is that YouTube, the little pretty prism there?
Yeah, they can't see that.
Oh.
That is the video.
It's really pretty. Oh, okay.
I will share with you guys. So this is just one song on the playlist. Oh no, it's the whole YouTube. Never mind. Just
West
ignore
Coast
that. I
for
don't know
the
why I did that.
win. Woo.
Um, West Coast for the win. So what you're seeing on your screen right now, and let me know if the music gets annoying or if it's too much, is the book that I've been talking about the last few weeks. I'm still reading it. It's a slow read because it's pretty detailed, and I like to really process the information that I read. So yeah, this is. Oh, and by the way, we do have a new format we're going to run through today, and this will be the orders. Very similar to the old one, but we've changed up a few things and made it a little simpler, so that we don't get in our own way. So yeah, this is what I'm reading. It is Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind. I want to get through it so that I can get to Homo Deus.
Is that the second book?
It's the second book. But some of the things that this book goes through, it's very, very interesting. And it's supposed to be, it's really from an anthropological kind of idea. Yeah, always. We're fighting the light, or they're fighting the light, I'm sorry. I don't know how I get up that early. That's crazy. But it goes through like reconstructing what people look like. It goes through some weird religious ideas. It talks about a day in the life of Adam and Eve. And we're not talking religion. We're talking what it would have looked like or could have looked like from a anthropological thing. It talks about tribal warfare, the agricultural revolution. There's a really cool section called History's Biggest Fraud, which talks about like where culture came from. Talks about American purity and the vicious cycle, so it's got some pretty big social parts in it. Talks a lot about divine entities. I'm in a section now that's about empires, and it talks about what different empires are and where they came from and why. Basically, none of the shit we confuse ourselves with matters. And I don't know why that speaks to me. Not in a desolate, nihilistic way that nothing matters, but as in the things that matter are so much more engaging, like here and now, like being and existing and all that stuff. So anyway, that's what I've been working on still. I wanted to share that.
Awesome. I want to show maybe a better picture of the books I've been reading. The first one is very, very, very simple, short, sweet book, Magic Not Mayhem, the ADHD Guide to Practicing Witchcraft. It's very good. It's just basics to remind you little things each day. Look at cards, look around you, simple grounding. It's very good. And where'd my other one go? Oh, it's in my bag. I'll go get it in a minute later. But it's the one that Manny and Dragon recommended to me about the everyday guide to banishing bullshit. And I can't think of the actual title right now, but it's really good.
I like that.
I'll show it up. So these are good, just simple. And I have actually been working on manifesting a mundane thing, a new opportunity that I was given, and it's going to be really cool and a lot less stressful or challenges in different ways, and I'm very excited. Still in healthcare for that.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm excited about it. I think that's pretty fun.
I mean, it really makes a difference in your day if you like what you're doing and who you're around. And I just like to do things that are purposeful and that I'm passionate about. And I'm also working on a committee for a first ever Kava Crawl for our Association for Remarkable Citizens. It's adults with unique abilities, not disabilities, but it's a huge campus. It's the largest or longest nonprofit organization in our area. It's been around 70 years, and it's just a great cause. So that's what I've been working on. Good stuff, fun stuff.
Playing around with the camera a little bit just so you guys can kind of see what our room looks like. And Finny over here.
No time. Oh, I hear you.
Yeah. So, but yeah, definitely there's been no time. Yeah, it's really neat. It's kind of It does have a double helix, actually, kind of like a triple helix to it, and it's very neat because we got that like random. Both of those chairs completely random at like half off on a furniture floor.
Yeah, rooms to go or something, right? And
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, those are kind of cool.
Those are like the last two, and then if you look
They don't match.
next to Rook over here, it's hard to see, but these are kissing chairs. Not sure if that's exactly what they are, but there's lots of different names for them.
Telephone chairs, kissing chairs, gossip chairs.
Gossip chair. So it's basically a chair that each person sits in, and you're like sitting facing each other, but at an angle where your arms would touch. It's very cool. I don't know why we got it, but
It's neat. Probably
then you'll
my
see-
ADHD.
yeah, you'll see back behind. Well, that's one of our mini bookshelves, and some stuff hanging off up here. But over here to this side, it's hard to see, but that is a dedication to Carnunos and Pan and Hern the Hunter. So we've got lots of different replicas and things, and actually something somebody in the UK made, Claire,
Yes.
that I want to get another one made, but she actually made me a 2.5-foot statue on the top there. It's hard to see because the candles are in the way. I forgot to turn them on. And then, of course, my obsession with mushrooms. And you'll see some wooden bowls and stuff in there, mushrooms, some spheres, and quite a few other things. And then Rook has his.
Yeah, I need to
Muerta.
update her. She needs some new weed and stuff.
Yeah. So just sharing a little bit more of our room. We don't usually go that far into it.
I need to look at a deity or something or energy for the mind, for a clear mind, and start connecting with that.
Yes.
It's mine.
Yeah, and I wish we could get a better picture of her, like a better image. We might. Hold on, let me see. There we go.
We should zoom into there.
I can move it up like that. I can zoom in more, but I'm afraid I'll.
Thank you, Dragon. I'm gonna put that down.
If I zoom in, it'll cut it off. Yeah, so we got that. We got her from a local place, and then if you look, mine's a little shorter. She's about 3 feet tall. Ignore our Salem slut pillow.
Oh,
And then on the other side, over here, you can see the Carnunos that on the top there. He's got horns that she made for me. So it's really cool. Yeah. Off to the edges, you can see a little bit of our, what do you call it? Our, the chameleon's enclosure. He's got a 5-foot enclosure here, and then our gecko.
mm-mm.
Yeah. So yeah, it's very neat. Let me see if I can get back to. Hi, hello, what's up? I don't want to go too far down because you can see VG's butt. Our messy table,
What?
if you're interested. So this is what we see in front of us all the time. Go back up to here. That looks good. Yeah, because we never did that on the last show. Like, we never really showed the room. And then the last thing I figured I would share with you guys if you're interested, we're going to go back to the Tarot Cast. So this is what we look at from where we're sitting. You can see in front of us is, it's probably hard to see. This camera is not as good. It does not zoom in, so I cannot zoom. But we have some floating fae, all of our rock collection and stones, and then up top is the big TV. It's that we kind of run the computer off of up top there, way up there. That's all of our herbs and stuff. Herbs and oils and essentials. And then you can see over here our east altar. So we have an altar for each location. So there's east right there. South is the way we're facing. It's between the windows. It's hard to see. It's a little messy, but I'm going to show you anyway. That's our main altar that you can see over there. It's the wood. It's a sewing table that we got from a thrift store with our besom. And then on the wall there's like a non-denominational multiplex. So that's like Ganesha and some Egyptian things.
You can get a lot of neat stuff for this kind of thing at a thrift store.
Right next to Rook is that water to the red thing. The for the, what are they called? The chakras. Is our water altar. It's tiny, but it's right beside it to the right, or maybe to the left, I can't tell. And then Earth is behind us, which you guys have seen, actually. Our Earth altar, to me, is the coolest one because it's in the bookshelf behind us. So the second and third up in the center, that's the Earth altars. So yeah. back to us. Whoops, wrong button. Did I never? I might not have ever changed that. Did I change? I don't think I ever transitioned. I just showed you guys the whole thing, and I don't think you actually got to see any of it. Yep. All right, now you can. Let's do this again real quick. Herbs and oils. That's our east. I know the light sucks. This is a terrible camera. That's the south. So the south altar is in the center there. It's hard to see because of all of our books and stuff. But it's in the window. And then you see all of our rocks and stuff. And then our TV is what we see all you on and all of our stuff we need for the show up top there. That's our main altar in the center of the screen there. And it's an old sewing table with our other one that I mentioned with like the Egyptian stuff. That's on the wall there. That's the chakras, also with our east altar. Our ancestor altar is way over there, but we have a thing blocking it right now. I apologize. It's on the other side there. That's me.
Really?
Okay. So yeah,
That's fun.
that's our room. That is our, like, the whole front of our house is basically our, what we call our witch room and our reading room, and we kind of come in here and, you know, it's nice to have the space. And we wanted to bring you into it a little bit. Anything else, Rookie?
I think. No, I'm sorry. I'm coughing and sneezing. Excuse me. I've had a different kind of couple weeks. Week before last, I had to drive overnight to the other coast for some things for work, and then this week I drove to Tallahassee, which is about 6.5 hours one way, and I'm a little out of it, and I picked up exposure to some pollen or something. It's making me sneeze and cough, so I apologize for that.
It's all good. So the one thing that I think I wanted to do in our reset... Oh, did I just... What happened? I think we might have just lost everything.
Oh, the wild cut.
I hope not. It says we're still live. Hopefully you can still hear us. I don't know what happened. Our go live stuff disappeared. Let's see if we're still live. Okay. I don't know what the hell happened there, but our whole system's turned itself off. Our little computer might not be so good. It might be dying. Yeah, our the computer we're using is a pretty old, probably 8 years old laptop, and it just closed all of our browsers all at once. Granted, that also could have been me. As we're kind of working through with our new little setup here. That's not the browser we want to share. That's the browser I want to share. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Yes, we are definitely overcharged, for sure. We feel it. And look, I'm telling, like, the last couple weeks to me I've been depressed. I haven't felt good. I've been irritated. I'm just not happy. Cycled out of it. And that's kind of why I chose the topic we did today. We talk about it a lot. And no, we didn't, but we're doing it tonight because I know the technical full moon was like last night between 8 p.m. and 2 a.m. this morning. We're using today for that, and we have some things planned. We did last month, which was really great. This month is a release. So today, the pattern I want to do is release, and that's going to hopefully fix some of this super hyperness.
I have a lot of negativity and anger I have from professional life I need to let go this week so I can move on.
Yeah.
Same here.
I just want to see. Yeah, I figured it would do that. I don't know why it does this, but it's a very weird and how our stuff shares here. Just want to see if it's still shared right. Yep. Okay. But yeah, we're definitely doing some moon stuff tonight. And again, it's going to be a release for me of the let go. And also a release of the depressive feelings and the kind of altered feelings that we've had, and kind of just letting it go. And then I'm really interested in watching this new moon, because we did not do new moon magic last time, and I want to do new moon magic this time, and I want to connect it to the next full moon so that we can cycle it through.
Happy anniversary, guys.
Yay!
You'll have a freaking amazing
Get your
day.
magic on.
You're both amazing humans. Happy anniversary.
We appreciate you
Thanks
coming
for
in.
saying
Happy
hi.
anniversary. Yep.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, it would definitely need to do that. That's something. But have fun today. Tell your other half that we are excited for you and happy anniversary. All right. So I wanted to, like, in our kind of, change of things and how we're doing things a little different, we wanted to share things more, and because we're not taking on the responsibility of being the knowers, right? We're the finders too. We're learning stuff, and we don't want to give the impression that we are coming up with things or providing things to you guys. We're just sharing what we find in our thoughts and things. So it's a little bit different in our mentality this time around. So there was this really cool thing, we went through Ostara, so we're leaving the Ostara time. We're about halfway through. We're going into where Beltane is going to be next, May 1st. I will be away, unfortunately, on May 1st. I will be in Houston, probably, for work over that entire weekend. So
Boo.
It is boo.
Sorry.
But I plan on making some type of magical stuff here, and then some sigils for connection, so that I'll have some magic to do there. So I'll take some magic with me. But I found this really good article that I enjoyed reading a couple days ago, and I do highly recommend Wild Hunt if you are interested in pagan stuff. It is definitely a witchy focus, but it's very good. It's very common. I would really recommend going to it. And so, as you guys know, if you saw the topic, the topic is it's okay to check out as long as you check back in, and that is in so many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And I've checked out and I've been checking back in, and one of the cool things about spring magic is it is really good about checking you back in. If you think of spring and all the things that it's connected to, like the east, the early morning, the sunrise, the breaking of things, the newness of things, the coming of things, then you see spring magic as something that's engaging to you and moving to you and bringing you forward and waking you up, right? So whenever somebody calls me woke, the first thing I honestly think about is that spring magic to me. That's spring thought. And so we'll talk more about that in a minute, and I want to get your thought on that. But this spring magic was really good. I read through it a couple of days ago and found it again this morning. And I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, obviously, but I want you to know you can go to it. It's right there. It's just the wildhunt.org, or wildhunt.org. And this particular one talks about, this first line here. So what sorts of magic have you been doing recently? And he basically goes through and says, I haven't been doing much. But he's in the middle of planting trees and seedlings. And I think not realizing or recognizing how magic that is. How we are manipulating the earth. Like, yeah, the earth is going to do it without us, but we're moving the earth. We're moving the plants. We're moving the life and moving them around, and have gotten them to be big enough to be planted. So he talks about he's so busy. He's in a fallow period. He'll come back. That's the checkout period, right? And then we have the check-in period, which is what we're talking about here. It's like, how do we check back in? They go on and they talk about how they're getting maple sap, right? And they're boiling it down to make the maple sugar, and it's
That's really cool.
Yeah, and so they're steaming it off, right? So when you reduce something, you're boiling the water off to leave the thick syrup behind. And he's like, yeah, we should pour some back on the roots as an offering, right? Sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, no, that's not cool. And because I said the same thing, I was like, oh yeah, give a little back.
That does sound.
And he's like,
nice.
not cool. You're taking the sugar and the sap and the lifeblood of this tree. Don't give it back to it by wasting it on the floor. You have to give it something of you. So he's like, what, my blood? He's like, something, maybe blood, but that's not the same for everything. And so then he goes and says, oh, you're right. I'm not going to offer you back the thing that you gave me as a waste. So if you give me this, I might give you one of my favorite beers or my favorite champagnes or a prick of blood. Any of those things would be appropriate. And he's like, I don't know what the right thing is yet, but it will tell me.
Kava,
right? Whatever's important to you, right?
Kratom.
So you wouldn't go to like a kava tree. Like we have a kratom tree, and we have two. One died. I think. The other one seems to be doing okay. I need to plant it, but I wouldn't want to give it kava and kratom. Like that's not cool. I want to give it my time. I want to give it my energy. So, and we've talked about this on Apocrypha a lot too. So that's the kind of the idea of thinking about checking out and then checking back in. We do it all the time, and I want to hear your thoughts on it. But thinking too of our offering back and paying it back of yourself. It's kind of like it's not a good, what's the word, offering or cycle if it's not something that's important to you and it's not something of meaning. So Santa Muerta gives you money, you don't want to give her money back. You'd give her chocolate and cigarettes.
Yep. And
she gives you cigarettes and you're like, okay, here's a little weed. You know what I mean? That's my thought on it. But anyway, highly recommend you guys read this article. We pull articles from it before when we were doing the show constantly. That's one of our things that we pull a lot of. But highly recommend that you do that. But Rook, what's your thoughts? I've been talking too much on that.
I'm glad this topic came up because I feel like I check out and in often. And the checking back in part for me is the challenging part, or what gets left out a lot, getting wrapped up in day to day. But I think it's definitely important, and you need to just disconnect from everything, even spiritual or magical at times. And then when you're ready, you naturally reconnect.
Yeah.
So that's really good. And in our crazy, fast-paced existence, it's probably more important now to check out and check back in.
I think just the cycle of checking out and checking in causes us stress because we feel guilty for checking out. Mm-hmm. Once we realize that it's a natural thing and a needed thing, you can't be on all the time. You start realizing that checking out is part of the health of the system.
And even too much positive or good stuff is draining. Like for me at work or whatever, I go to an annual conference or different things. It's very positive and you see a lot of people and it's a lot of energy, but even too much of positivity is draining.
Absolutely agree.
Sometimes you just need nothing, and it's okay to do nothing. Mm-hmm. To say nothing, to do nothing, to feel nothing, that's okay. Sometimes it's needed.
Just to answer that unexplained, it's something that actually Dragon taught me, and it has been very helpful to our pineapples and some of our other plants that we're not great at doing great for them sometimes. Like we neglect them a little bit. And basically me and Rook like bananas, so we'll eat a banana today and we'll take the peels and put it in some lukewarm water, some tepid water, let it sit overnight, never more because it can mold, but overnight, and then use that water that comes out, and it provides lots of nutrients and stuff to the plants, and it has really helped.
Ooh, we should do that for the kratom plant.
That's what we need to do. One of the things. And so we have 2 trees, and Dragon, the one looked dead, but I kept watering it and I just kept doing it anyway, and it's now sprouting new leaves. It did lose a branch. It's maybe a foot. And then the other one, it looks like dead. It looks like even the wood all the way to the bottom, except for like the last inch that goes into the soil, is dead. And I don't know, should I cut it? Because I think it might still be alive. Or should I just keep watering it? I don't know.
Where did we get those cactus? Because
those are from her.
Arrived. Oh my gosh, they are beautiful. I'll have to take some pictures and send the Dragon. They are like awesome. They're like huge.
That we got from you,
4 or 5 feet.
It's and it's spreading. And despite me accidentally cutting it with the weed eater and the lawnmower, that thing is spreading, and I love it. Like it's.
I would like to put maybe some bamboo shoots if we can get the ones that don't clump or spread in the front for privacy. I think they'd be pretty. Like that one house.
Yeah.
In the neighborhood, I think that would be nice.
Yeah, in the back.
You can't kill those cacti.
Yeah, no, you cannot. And I planted them, and they're spreading. I didn't realize they would spread themselves. So, and I love it. I think it's great where they are. It's right in front of the whole house here, and it gives they're at the point now where they can almost give us a little shade. Mm-hmm. So,
little trees or
yeah.
bushes, cacti trees.
Cacti. But yeah, so I will cut it and I'll see. Thank you for that.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So we are now setting up a separated garden area, but at the time we didn't have a separated garden area. So I just kind of ran through it because we'd let the grass get too high. In Florida, the grass grows really fast during the wet season. Like almost every 6 days you have to cut it, and we let it go for like 2 weeks. Even the lawnmower, I went to like 6 batteries on the lawnmower, and we do not have a big yard.
You can eat them. Ooh.
Oh, I did not know
Yummy.
that. I think you did tell me that.
The fruit's tasty and the young pads. Ah.
You know what? That makes sense because we have two of them out there. One was a piece from her yard, and the other was a piece from
Was it you or from the
Beatrice.
Beatrice?
That's the one that I actually kept hitting. That's the small one on the side that I kept hitting with the weed eater.
Prickly pear. I've got to plug in the car.
We love them. God, that's sweet.
I'm sorry.
So yeah. But thank you for that. That's definitely something I'm not good at, and we need to and those kratom trees are not cheap. They were about $75 a piece for just a sapling. So I'm really hoping that I can grow that, and then she might.
Yeah.
And then what was the other thing? We were trying to get some citrus trees for the back. Our pear tree is doing really well. Peach tree.
Yeah,
the cherry tree is doing great.
The peach tree made it through after we planted it, like 6 months later, Hurricane Ian, I think.
Although I think our neighbors stole all the peaches off of it when they hit ripe. They were almost perfect, and then that day we went to go pick them. There was like 40 on it, and they were all gone. Every one of them.
Yeah.
It's still a little bitter. You can wait like 30 minutes, can't you?
Yeah, can't wait. Look at her.
Weirdo. So anywho, Beltane's coming up. We got 20 days? 20 days. Beltane is one of my favorite times of the year. It's kind of it's not really summer, but it's not really spring, right? To me, it's kind of it's the becoming. It's one of the favorite fire festivals. I think it was a huge festival. It really marks the beginning of summer. That's a big thing. It's very green oriented, very Green Man heavy. That's one of the reasons why I enjoy it. There's lots of fertility rites around it too. May Day, Maypole, all those things are things that are big.
You dress the phallus.
Dress the penis. And if you don't have like a group to do it with and you want to do something, it's very neat. You can do a straw. I've seen people do a one where you glue a straw to a piece of cardboard and then get some ribbons on it, and you can wrap it and make a little miniature one.
I so thought you were going to go somewhere else for that. Sorry. A straw.
What else would you do?
Oh, a straw.
I mean, you can get a dildo if you want. Might be a little swap floppy though. But yeah, so yeah, that's awesome. The next full moon technically yesterday into today, and the next new moon I think is April 27th. It's hard to see. Right now we're in Libra, right? So full moon in Libra, that's our cardinal air. So good time to release the buzzy feelings and thoughts and like too much in your head and let that go, which I think we're going to do tonight. Mm-hmm. And then the next new moon is in Taurus, which is kind of cool because, you have the new moon energy, which is the darkness, the fallow period, it's where you start, to me, it's where you start the magic, like start the ball that you're building, the cone of energy or whatever. And it's in Taurus, which is super earth and fixed. So it's not as psychotic energy. It's really strong energy. It's like the difference between, something made of rock and something made of paper. Taurus would be made of rock, whereas something, air would be made of paper or something light. So really cool.
Oh, birthday's coming up.
That is awesome. Birthday twins.
Two awesome people. Birthday twins.
Yep. Good Taurus energy there. That's really like all the stuff I really want to talk about. I really want to talk a little bit more about checking out and checking in too, though. Because like I said before, I used to get mad when we checked out. Like when I checked out, I'm like, I can't believe I'm so angry. How did I let this happen again?
Or I'm not doing anything.
I haven't been doing any magic. I haven't been paying attention to stuff. And then I get mad at myself for doing it, right? And then it's like, well, why are we getting mad? It's good to cycle. You know, cycling helps us with a lot of things. It helps us recognize where we are. It helps us see differences. It helps us have different perspectives. So there's a lot of things that it can help with. Got my air oil. I love it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and so we check out with everything. I've checked out with work before, and I've checked back in. I've checked out with magic. I've checked out with all kinds of stuff. It's just important that we don't stay checked out, that we check back in. And as long as we recognize that those cycles are normal, I think it's very neat because we can then really, you know, be less hard on yourself. Number one, at least for me, and I don't know, when I cycle back in, it's like you're cycling back in with a little bit of newness each time.
And you're able to enjoy and perceive things better and clearer too, for me.
Well, that's really what I'm saying. Like the whole piece of it for me is that whole check back in process.
It's not for you, baby.
Is to stop being mad about myself and angry about it.
It's not for you, baby girl.
So I'm going to start my charcoal because we're going to do some tarot. And for you guys, who wants to get a read? Will be a general read.
I get my cards. Come on.
You can move your car.
No, okay, I'm gonna do that.
Yep, and the cards. It's a general read unless you say otherwise. We're gonna pull some cards. Our favorite part. We can continue the conversation about checking out and checking in too. If you guys have any other thoughts, nothing says that we can't keep the conversation going. I want to get my charcoal lit because it's gonna take it a while. Yay, tarot! Dragon, James, Paranormal. Yes, it has been a while. I am so glad to see you. So happy. I'm going to transition to our little tarot cast again. Over here, so you can see, we'll do what we did before. You can see our charcoal getting ready there. I know it's not the best, but I kind of like it. You know, it's just a little impromptu. We will hold our cards up here so that you can see them. And we'll go from there. Yes, that is a very good point. Unexplained. Checking out can be revitalizing. Yeah, sometimes you just need to be off and allow others to do the lifting. Abso-freaking-lutely. Definitely makes sense in both our magic and mundane life, right? And from the mundane perspective, for me, it makes me think of things like, you know, if we try to be on all the time, which some people maybe are better at being on than some, can we really expect to always have the result we're looking for? You won't, you know. And I'm not saying like it's, you know, you have to get knocked down in order to be thankful, but it does reframe things for you to be more thankful and recognize the opportunities and what you have and be a little more happy with it. So today I'll be using Divine Diversity tarot deck. So, yeah, definitely a stress relief for sure. Definitely. I'm getting moving all my stuff around, waiting for Rook to get his tarot and come back. I think I took my medicine a little too early because I'm a little nauseous. We got Dragon, James, and Paranormal on the board today. We will get you some reads here in a minute. Look at this purple foil. You guys can see that? Look how pretty that is. I like foils, the way the cards look when they're foiled, but one of the things I'm not a big fan of is the foil gets scratched so much when you're using the cards and it goes dull, which, you know, using the deck is kind of cool. You get to see the use of it and how things are going, and that's kind of nice, but I always feel bad when I'm shuffling them on something hard, you know. But Divine Diversity Tarot deck. This is a second edition. It fixate, not fixates. It's highly, what's the word? Focused on diversity. So everything from heteronormative to genderqueer, gender fluid, pretty much everything. Absolutely unexplained. We will add you here, sir. Gotcha. Just gonna give our.
Oops. There we go. All right.
Fiona
Horn. I want to check up on this witch.
Yeah.
She's an awesome witch.
I like Fiona Horn. If you've never heard of Fiona Horn, she is what I call the manifester of magic.
I'll just show this real quick.
Yeah.
We're using the magic of you Oracle deck. Unlock your hidden truths. This lady, she was in a rock band. She's a pilot and too many other things to just really cool. A full life
in my hands. Oh, my stomach hurts.
Unexplained.
Sorry, you have to give me. My stomach's really twisty.
Mine was too oddly. What did we eat? Oh, was it that? Sorry.
Sure. If you guys have ever heard of Gaia, it's a platform kind of like Netflix and Hulu, but for all things pagan and mystic. I love it. We have a subscription. We've been members for a long time. We don't watch it enough, but I highly recommend it if you can. I think it's $100 a year, so it's not cheap. But that's where we met Fiona Horn.
Yep.
Well, not met
her,
but saw her.
Discovered her.
Yeah, they
learned about her.
Did an interview with her, and then we got her tarot deck or her oracle deck, and she talks about manifestation as a pagan and as a witch, and how she manifested being a commercial airline pilot. She's like, I can do this, so she flies a plane, and
she did it.
You know, she did it, and she does a lot of things like that. She's very inspirational on the manifestation. So if you feel like, although it could also put you down too, right? It's like if you feel like you're not doing enough and you're beating yourself up for it, don't watch her, because you're like, wow, she did all that. But if you need a good pick me up and it's like, I can do it too, then you can. So very cool. All right, we're gonna get started with Dragon Dancer.
And did you add? Oh, you did add announcement. All right, Dragon Alchemist.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I reverted back. Look at that. Dragon Alchemist. Who dances?
For magic. She dances for magic, not money.
Eight of Swords. I'm going to go with the traditional meaning of the Eight of Swords.
As long as it's a dragon, it doesn't matter.
Now, Dragon Dancer, the Eight of Swords, is a very clear picture. It never is hesitant. It does not mince words. It is the card of you're close to doing too much. You need a respite. You need to make sure you've built in a break, that you've built in a pause, that you've built in something to give yourself a moment to check out, right? You need to, we talked about that. You might be too hyper checked in. And the Eight of Swords is, they're the other depiction in the deck that I use the most. It's a young lady that's on a bed with her eyes blindfolded, and she has the Eight of Swords coming at her. And it's not meant to be like you're getting stabbed, or a lot of people take it as it's so hard, or it's things are coming at you, or and see it as a very negative card. I don't, because I don't see negativity in the swords until I actually hit the 10. And even then, the 10 of Swords has a message in it of being able to Phoenix re-rise. But the 8 is the warning before all that happens, where you still have the opportunity to make a change. So, yeah, there you go. Be a puddle. That's exactly what the 8 of Swords is saying. Because if you don't, it's all going to hit you. And I know she's not blindfolded in this one. Her eyes are closed, so that is kind of like the same imagery, right? But that is speaking to... needing to completely disconnect before we end ourselves up in that 10 of Swords and overdoing it. So 8 of Swords is a take a break, or not even take a break. Let me back up. It's not take a break. It's make sure that you have created space for checking out.
All right. And from Magic of You, I pulled Avenoir, and I didn't know what that means, but the card says make peace with your past. But Avenoir means the desire to see your memories in advance. So this just tells me not even like make peace with your past like in a negative way, but if you want to plan or see for the future or divine, to not focus maybe so much on the past so you can see ahead. I don't know if you've been reflecting lately or not, but that is what the Magic of You suggests.
I like that.
Avenoir. I like that word.
Avenoir.
Avenoir.
What did you call me?
Oh, it's French. That's why my petite was looking. We have a French Chihuahua here. Mademoiselle, ma petite poissette. This moon was about release. Yes.
I'm telling you, absolutely agree about release. That was already on our list of things we're going to do. A little bit of myrrh to clean these cards. James Bowen is next.
James.
Let's get some cards for James. Oh, I love myrrh.
I do too.
I love myrrh. Sounds like I'm mooing. Myrrh. Myrrh. Sorry, guys. You can see I have a lot to release. And we have a massage this afternoon,
Thank
which I'm
goodness.
very excited about.
That will release a lot of stress.
Tension.
Yes.
You're welcome in advance. Let's see what Divine Diversity gives for you today.
That's a really neat tarot deck.
Yeah. I've only used it a handful of times, but I like it because it's it's just is what it is.
Non-binary.
Ah!
Uh-oh, got it.
That was 18 times I threw it down on the floor. Just don't slide it on the floor.
I didn't.
You did. I can see the scratches on it. Just kidding. We are too. We're doing hot stone. I'm doing hot stones for the first time today.
Yes.
So we're doing, I think it's 60 minutes of regular, and then it goes into the last 30 minutes of hot stone, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. James, your card here is the Two of Wands. Now remember, this is the Divine Diversity deck, so what it is speaking to is this energy of the Wands of Creation. So it's a very masculine energy that's coming into this. And the Two of Wands is, for me, it's a reconciliation of people. So between you and some other male energy, or two male energies in your life, and I don't presume to know anything based on their name. If you are male and you identify as male, then additional male energy. But if you're female, it still speaks to the male energy of what is happening, right? So there's this idea in the Two of Wands that two creative things are coming together so that you can start out on this new project. A lot of times the Ace of Wands comes up to say, hey, it's time to do your passion and put it out there. The Two of Wands says you're connecting with somebody else to kind of pull it through and work with you to do it. So that is the Two of Wands. The other times other things that the Two of Wands can mean is needing to balance things a little bit better. If you know me and how I look at the twos are really singles. So I'll explain it just in case I haven't in a while. Aces, people associate with ones, and that is true. They are ones, and that is kind of magically and numerologically what they do, but they represent the self. A two represents the self and then the knowledge of the self. So that's where the second part comes in. So it's really looking at that second piece of you. And not only do I exist, I also recognize my existence. And that allows you to be two on your own, right? So reconciling two things in your creative space, in your creative endeavors, reconciling those two things together to make something new or engage something new or start something new. So it's going to take some self-reflection to get there. And that's what we're really looking at. Again, it can also kind of pull from somebody else's energy and work about, getting people together as well.
Well, I hope you feel better, Paranormal. Sorry you feel bad. All right. And I pulled for Magic of You Minimus, Commune with the Source. And this could mean, of course, the source, like in a spiritual way, but what I get from the energy of this card is go right to the source. If there's some confusion, conflict, issue, or question, all this extra stuff that people say or the thoughts in your mind doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. You need to go right to the person or the place or thing and have a conversation or feel that energy. It just cut out any other thoughts or feelings or people and just go right to the source of the question or issue or problem, I guess. It doesn't necessarily have to be a problem.
The source of the thing.
The source of the thing.
It's okay to say thing. It's okay to say thing. Things are things.
And the things. Oh, we need some. May I put a little jasmine? No? Oh, you just put something.
I just put a piece of pine from the UU.
Oh.
And then I'm going to put this little block of pine on it in just a second once that gets going. So we like to burn a lot of herbs and incenses and resins, but one of my favorite things to burn is from pine trees. Obviously, so pine tree sap. And we never damage the tree to get it, but if a tree already has damage, which many around here get struck by lightning, they'll have nice, leaks in them, and we'll grab the sap and we burn the sap, and this is what Beltane smells like. The first burning of wood, the wood's a little green still, but the first burning of wood, the first burning of everything really. The first burning of the branches and pine needles, like in my grandmother's house when I was a kid. The smell of pine is probably one of the most strong memory smells I have. As soon as I smell pine burning, I'm immediately at my grandmother's house, 7 years old. There's a little kiddie pool out back. My sister stepped on a nail and had to get done out. She shot me in the leg. In our old house in Great Bridge, I miss that house. Anyway, sorry. Little reminiscent there. Paranormal is up next.
Ooh.
Let me clear off my deck.
Herbs.
Let me clear off my deck since I wasn't paying attention here. Oh, that smells so divine.
It does smell really
And yes,
good.
Dragon, if there's anything we can get you from here, let us know, because I will bring it. Most of the stuff I think you're going to have. Oh, and while we're doing this,
James.
let me tell you, we have seriously... Wisconsin is still at the top of the list.
We're really liking some of the regulatory ways and environment of that state for our industry. Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Yep.
Mimosa.
All right, Paranormal. Let's see what we get for you. My cards don't want to shuffle all of a sudden.
Clear the block. All right. What does this paranormal need to know?
You can go ahead and start if you want. I need to
Gosh, my eyes are so bad. Okay, invisible. Okay, so Magic of You, I pulled Mosaic. Let chance play its creative. What does it say?
Let chance play its creative role in your life.
Mosaic. So I'm getting from this, like, life is made up of a bunch of different situations, people, and everything doesn't have to be planned out or specific to what we want. I'd say this week, sometimes we say, oh, that's what's the word? Chance, but it's just occurring randomly. Take that in and don't just think of it as chance. The universe sends out energy usually for a reason. So it could be the answer, person, place, or thing that's missing or that's needed. So anything that happens that's weird, out of the normal, really consider it to see, hey, is this something that I want to include right now or pay attention to or learn from? So it may not be, don't think it's just random, even though it may seem that way. Just pay attention to it. That's what I'm getting.
Because it's art, I don't think we'll get in trouble. This is the card that I pulled for you. It's a little risque.
Oh.
But it's the Devil, Paranormal Witch. And let me say two things about the Devil. The first thing is that traditionally the Devil is one of my favorite cards, kind of along with the Magician, because it represents the checking in of things and needing to check out and check in. Because in a traditional tarot, I usually read the Devil as, there is something holding you back to do or move forward into something you're really interested in doing or you're really excited about or you want to do it, but you've never done it. And you feel like you can't do it because of all these things that are holding you back. Well, the thing holding you back is you. So you have to break away from those things in order to make it forward. No worries, James. Thank you for stopping in. We love it.
Thank you, James. Have a good week. Have a good weekend.
And so the Devil is really not about like the evil or the bad things. And I'm still traditional. I'm not even to this card yet. It's still traditional. To me, it's not about bad things. It's not about the devil. It's not about leading astray. With other cards, the Devil can really kind of identify this. Somebody's taking advantage of you, or maybe even you're taking advantage of somebody else and not being honest. But by itself, the Devil card is like, break free of what's holding you back and let it go. In the Divine Diversity deck, I read it a little bit differently. I'm not as familiar with this deck, but when I read it, it is more about the Fool's Leap of Faith. It's telling you to take a chance. Step out of your comfort zone. Go into something that you're not used to doing and own it and take full faith that it may work out. It may not work out. It may flop, but you need to experience that thing in order to get to that next place in your life. So this Devil is really about the idea you need to move forward. You need to take those steps and you need to not be afraid of doing what it is you want to do. Kind of like I just said in the chat, I'm a little afraid of moving, but I have a feeling I'm going to have to, and I'm going to want to at some point. There is fear there, but the Devil says you got to do it. You got to step out, and if you don't, you're going to regret it later.
Mm-hmm.
So take that piece, and it can be small, big. It doesn't really matter. It's just something that's really important to you that you're like, I should have done, or I want to do, and do it.
Do the things.
Do the things. Like I said, people get so freaked out with the Devil, especially the Christian people, or because of the Christian idea of the Devil, and that's really not a thing for me. So when the Devil comes up, I like to explain it a little bit more, just because there's so much fear around it. And like, oh, the Devil, that means bad things are happening. Well, it means every card in this deck can mean something bad is happening, depending on what's the context and what's going on around us. Oh, that smells so delicious. Taking the leap can be very terrifying,
mm-hmm.
but you do have to. And I have to take my own advice. Oh, this smells so divine.
That does smell really good. Very clearing.
Awesome. Thank you. Unexplained, you're up. I don't know why the Bare Necessities song just started in my head with Unexplained instead. It's the Unexplained Possibilities.
Bare necessity.
I do not know where that is coming from.
Of life.
Is there bears around you? Unexplained or... It's the bare necessities. That's all I can remember right now, but it just randomly started playing in my head. Kind of like the carnival song does sometimes. I literally will be at work and I'll just be like... Does
it feel like a circus?
It does feel like a circus sometimes. But no, this is bare necessities for some reason. Oh, 10 of Cups. Dude. This makes me happy for you. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups, and this is so cliche, but I'm going to go with traditional meanings here. You can see it. You've got family in here. It's a diverse family. It's a mix of people. You've got different races. You've got the rainbow. You've got the 10 cups. That means your cup overfloweth. The 10 cups is all about the happy family walking off into the sunset with everything they've ever wanted. It represents a happy, I'm going to use picnic because Manny is on a picnic. Mm-hmm. It is going out and they're in the grass. It is going out and being and just enjoying and feeling like everything is right. And it may not be right with all of the stuff, but it's right within your emotions and your feelings and all the things that are going on. So the 10 of Cups does not show its face very often, but when it does, it always, for me, is the right things are happening. The good feeling is going to be what you get. You're going to get what you deserve, which is positivity and happiness. A lot of times, if I see a 10 of Cups alongside certain like twos or other things, it represents the building of a relationship. It can be all about family too, depending on the card. So we're going to pull a clarifier. I just want to see.
I had to pull a clarifier as well.
On this one. So the 10 of Cups, okay, Page of Wands. That's a very good clarifier. I love it. This is really making sense to me. So again, 10 of Cups, think of happy family, riding off into the sunset. Everything has made it sense. You may not have all the wants and needs, the wants that you have, but you have all the needs and you're good. The Page of Wands is representative of this new feeling of a new shift, of a new endeavor. And again, if you know me, when I read your court cards, your pages, your knights, your queens and kings, whatever they're called by the deck, for me, they represent actual people. So, and it can be you or it can be somebody in your life. But the Page of Wands, along with the 10 of Cups, generally I'm getting somebody in your world who is either dear to you or will be dear to you that you're going to meet, is really helping you pull through things and sit up on things and be good. And the Page of Wands, also being a wand card, is starting that new fire of something in you. So I feel like in the near future, things are going to go very well for you. You're going to feel very good about the next step, and that somebody is going to help you get to that next step and take you to, so that you can kind of go into this new little process or new little thing that's working for you and will give you some real movement forward.
Okay, now it's hiding for me. So I pulled the clarifier because I pulled the card that I'd already pulled, and then the next card was a card that I already pulled after shuffling, so I will state them for the significance. But the first card I pulled was Avenoir, and it's talking about, again, the desire to see your memories ahead of them occurring and letting go of the past. And then next I pulled Mosaic again, which says, let chance take its role, random things that come in your life. So I had to clarify, pulling two of the same cards, and I pulled Sacrifice, and it just says, what can you let go of? So maybe in order to look to the future, and making peace with the past, what can you also let go of while embracing new or random things that seemingly don't fit, to move forward, to think forward, to plan forward. So Avenoir, Mosaic, and Sacrifice are what I pulled. If that makes any sense. It's about the past, letting go, disconnecting, looking to the future.
I feel like just between the cards and the two reads that I'm getting the energy of a different, like this was the burning of the forest so that the trees could open up kind of thing. in Florida, there's a special kind of pine tree, right? And the pine cones only spread the seeds when they get hot enough to like pop off. I forgot what it's called. If it's a Florida pine, I don't know. Dragon, you may know, because I learned it from between you and Joy somewhere. And that's the feeling I get between a Ten of Cups and a Page of Wands. So I think that fits together. I mean, you can Google Ten of Wands anywhere, and most of the stuff you're going to get is happy family, like things are going to go well. So just so you know, the traditional meaning of it makes a lot of sense with what's going on with you. So
okay, cool.
But I feel something new. Like I feel a new thing. So thank you guys for letting us read for you. We're going to do what we did last week and end with one general read for just a card each for the energies that can help us this week.
What can help us this week?
So as we're going through the rest of this week, this card that we're going to pull, one from me and one from Rook, is going to be like, all right, I need to do that. I need to pull that energy in. Longleaf pine. Very cool. I did not know that's what it was called. But that is awesome. So this is just like an energy read like we do on Apocrypha, actually. And we're going to say this energy is the energy you want to pull in as you're doing things this week. Knight of Pentacles. How fitting. How fitting. The Knight of Pentacles energy that we are going to say to pull in is knowing that you are attached and grounded. The Knight of Pentacles has surpassed their educational stuff, right? They've learned what they need to know, but they haven't experienced all of it, so they're not quite up to the level of the Queen and King because they haven't experienced what they know. They're in that experience right now, and so they've done the learning. They've thought about all the things. The Knight of Pentacles is now like, I am strength. I am connected. I am nature. I am the world around us. I am all those things, and I need to experience those things. So this week, when your energy is going a little haywire or you're having difficulty, practice a mindfulness activity or grounding. I mean, even, and I'm not kidding, people think I'm silly. When things are going too crazy, go out and find a patch of grass and either take your socks and shoes off and put your feet in it, or touch it with your hands, or sit in it. Reconnect with the ground and the earth and think about each of those elements. You can do this in a minute or less. So if you're at work, you don't have to spend 20 minutes. Going outside and walking, touch the ground, touch a tree, that's your earth. You know, the sun that you feel, think about the sun on your skin, that's your fire. The air, you're breathing, taking a couple deep breaths, you're breathing in the air. Water, just think about the blood going through you, or if it's raining, a little water, make sure you take a glass of water and drink it. All those things, that hits all of your elements, right? Bring those together. That is how things will go with the Knight of Pentacles. He's now experiencing those things so that he understands his strength and his connectedness to nature.
All right. And I pulled opulence. It's time to lead. And what that means for me this week is if you have an opportunity to speak up about something or for someone that isn't, you don't think is right, or you know is not right, it's time to do that. And that's what I get from being a leader for this week. It's about standing up for people and for principles that are right. That, you know, it's not.
So basically, if you have an opportunity to say something, you should.
Yeah. Yep.
I like it.
It's very direct for me. Yep.
All right. Well, like I said, I'm really glad to be doing this again. It feels good. I like being done a little bit earlier, so that's very helpful, I think, to me and to us. Yeah. Thanks for touring our house a little bit, our witch room, as we get all of our things back together the right way. And hope you feel a little bit better about stuff and you maybe learn some things. I know I did. Check out Wild Hunt, great resource. That article is really good. It is just easy to understand, and it'll really just be like, yeah, we need to check out a little bit, and we need to check back in. So, Wittershins from the north, back around to the east. May the circle be open, but never unbroken.
Have a great Sunday.
Have a great
Sunday.
Sunday.
Week, guys. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for stopping by.